So here's a scenario for you. You're driving down the street. Lo and behold, you see a toddler standing right there, alone. And the story just gets more crazy from there.
Where's your mama and daddy?
This is what a man who did not want to be identified encountered on Bruton Street, where he lives. A toddler in a diaper wandering down the middle of the street.
Let's go find somebody, find out where you live at.
The first place he tried was not the little boy's home.
I found this child in the middle of the street.
Call the police.
That neighbor says she'd had to take the unattended toddler back home herself.
I took him back home, and the door was wide open. And one of the girls was supposed to have been watching him. She was in the bed asleep. And it was him, and it was a little 2- or 3-year-old girl.
Eventually, the boy's mother came looking for him.
This cannot keep happening. But, I mean, he's out here.
He's out here in the middle of the street. There ain't nobody out here. He's in a diaper. He's in a diaper.
We went to the neighborhood this evening and found the mother at home.
That's a 2-year-old. That baby don't know no better. He only 2 years old. You could take a baby to a grocery store, holding his hand. That baby could always snatch away from you and walk off.
She says that she'd walked down the street to use a neighbor's phone.
My mama was cooking. While the baby was right there, she was cooking. He up in the kitchen with her, so he just walked out the kitchen, probably roamed out the door.
There's so many wrong things about this story. Just so many things that are wrong.
Oh, boy.
She needs a mom. First, she needs to be mothered, because that is absolutely ridiculous that you're leaving your child with your mom and mom's cooking and the baby just walks out of the door. We have got to stop this.
Lock the door.
Out the door.
Lock the door if you got a 2-year-old. Everybody that's got little kids knows.
My 2-and-a-half-year-olds know how to unlock the door.
Okay.
So we have the baby knobs. Yes, that's true.
So we got the locks that go at the very top of the door, and we got chimes on our door. You cannot open a door in our house without a chime going off and us knowing that something, and I'm not saying we do it all right, however, this is what we've learned having children.
Neighbors did call the cops, apparently, about this woman before. This is not the first time.
Right.
And I want you to see where this happened in Montgomery, just to put it all in perspective, okay? We've actually got a map from where the house is, okay? Then the baby got into that middle of the street right there. But look, just a handful of yard. No, the baby didn't go this far. We're showing you what could have happened next. Yeah, busy street. Take a look at this. As it turns, you see how busy that street is right there at the high school. So God knows what could have happened to that kid. What are your thoughts, Dr. Sharp?
This one is preventable, okay? This is a case where this definitely shouldn't have happened. And the mom needs parenting, a class, or some kind of group support, and stern admonition that this is totally unacceptable.
Natalie, you said endangerment.
Right. There are ways to prevent it.
What could have happened? Because the cops apparently said there's no endangerment, it was an accident.
She should have been charged with child neglect, misdemeanor, right then and there. She should have been arrested. DFACS, Department of Family and Children's Services, should have been called. This child should have been placed with foster care. There should have been a family safety plan arranged. This was not handled the right way, as far as I'm concerned, by the authorities.
By the way, 95 degrees that day. Heat index about 105. Ouch. Imagine his little feet on the hot pavement there.
Oh, my God.
She should have been arrested.
All right. Well, there's more good reason why this mom needs to watch a toddler. But hold on, it gets even scarier. Take a look at this. We went to the sex offender registry. 6 registered sex offenders in that neighborhood within a mile radius.
Right.
From a legal standpoint.
Well, I think the Good Samaritan was brilliant because, he immediately took that video so that no one could accuse him of anything. If he had been found standing with that child in the street 10 minutes later, how would he have had it been his word against anybody else's that he didn't grab the kid, right? So that was brilliant on his part, sad, but brilliant. As far as, the endangerment aspect of the child, sexual offender registry, that's why that's there, is so that parents can be aware that there are real risks right here in your neighborhood. You can't be this careless.
We told you, we called the Montgomery police, and there were no charges because they believed it was an accident, not a crime, but you're arguing that.
There's no such thing as an accident when it comes to child endangerment. It's neglect. So it's child neglect. Neglect is less than what a reasonable parent would do in the same or similar situations. Child neglect, which is something that DFACS would be called in on, this is what that is. Slam dunk. So I think that absolutely the police should have filed charges, but at least they should have called DFACS and let the Department of Family and Children's Services be involved.